Okay, so today we'll start cell. Last time we have studied up to page number 92. Up to activity 8.1 it was over. Now, I think this shape of cell we have studied last class, right? Pseudopodia. The false feet of amoeba is called pseudopodia. Okay, it helps to capture food as well as to move from one place to another, and it is also called a false feet. Okay, false feet because it don't have a regular shape, it changes time to time. Okay, so this is the only organism which do not have exact size or shape, it changes time to time. Okay, like we are having a fixed structure. Today we are like this, tomorrow also will be like this, right? But an amoeba remain changed, it change time to time. Okay, so it's not fixed. So here Paheli is asking one question: what advantage does amoeba derive by changing shape? If it changes shape, what is the advantage of changing shape? So this changing shape help it to capture food and to move from one place to another. Okay, so the change in shape is due to the formation of pseudopodia, which facilitate movement and help in capturing food. That means this amoeba, it will engulf like this and it will capture, it will engulf like this and it will capture food. Okay, it will move from one place to another this way by using pseudopodia. Whole portion is called the pseudopodia. Cell membrane, outer part is known as the pseudopodia. So it moves, it engulfs like this and it captures the food. Okay, and it digests and then again it excretes through pseudopodia. Fine. Now next, a white blood cell WBC in human blood is another example of a single cell. So WBC is a single cell organism. Not organism, my mistake. WC is a single cell. Fine. It's not an organism. It can't perform all the activities like amoeba. Okay. Single cell which can change its shape. But while WBC is a cell, amoeba is a full-fledged organism capable of independent existence. WBC is a cell, but amoeba can live alone. It's a single cell, but it is a living organism. Okay, that means it can do all the metabolic activities for our life. For example, ingestion, taking food, digestion, absorption of nutrients, assimilation of nutrients, and then egestion. Egestion, that means excretion. Okay, so all the activity is being done by this organism. Okay, but WBC cannot perform these activities. Okay, so that is not a organism. Okay, WBC is not an organism, but amoeba is an organism. Okay, what shape would you expect in organism with million of cells? So if an organism is having million of cells, what shape or structure do you think it will be of? So different organism will be having different shape. Okay, like even our human, when we will observe one another, definitely all the organisms, that means human, are totally different from one another. Okay, because of the number of cells in their faces, different places, like some arms, some people have big faces, some have thin faces, some have narrow faces. Okay, so this way, due to the number of cells, their shape and size changes. Fine. So figure 8.4 ABC shows different cells such as blood, muscles and nerve of human being. So three types of cells has been shown here. There are other type of cells also, but here three is been given. One is number A, that is red blood cell, that is spherical. Spherical means like a ball. Okay. Number 2 is spindle, that is present in muscle cells. And number 3 is nerve cell, which is present in nerve. Okay, which is present in blood. Okay. This nerve cell carries signal from one place to another. Like we get a signal, right? A mosquito has bite us. This signal is being carried by nerve cell. It is very fast. Okay? Like one ball is coming to you. This nerve cell sends signal that a ball is coming, you should move little bit. Where to move? Brain will decide. If you are late, then you will be getting, that means you will be hit by that ball. Okay? Is it clear? The different shapes are related to their specific function. Because of the function, the cells are changed to different shapes due to their function. Like red blood cell is spherical. Spherical, that means like a ball. It is easy to roll a ball. Like suppose if I take a cartoon, cuboidal cartoon, okay, if I'll push that, it will be difficult for me to push, right? That means we will be requiring more force. But same force, same energy, if you are applying to a ball, will it go fast or not? So in the blood, RBC is present and this RBC float easily in the blood. Okay? So generally cells are round, cells are round, spherical or elongated. Some cells are long and pointed at both sides. They exhibit a spindle shape. Cells sometimes are quite long. Some are branched like the nerve cell or a neuron. Nerve cell is also known as a neuron. Okay. So some are branched like फैला हुआ. Like you can see nerve cell are branched. निकला हुआ है यहाँ वहाँ. Okay. Then another one, number B, you can see they are pointed on the both sides. So it's a spindle. Okay. Due to their function, they have changed this. Okay. The nerve cells receive and transfer messages, thereby helping to control and coordinate the working of different parts of the body. As already I told you before also that our body perform control and coordination. Everything in our body, organ, everything works together. Control and coordination. Without control and coordination, it will be very difficult for an organism to survive. Like now I am speaking something, you are hearing this. At the same time, you are watching something. At the same time, you are thinking something. At the same time, heart is pumping. At the same time, you are breathing. Same time, digestion is going on. Understood? So many things work together. And if they work separately, then there will be a difficulty in the organism. Okay? Like I am thinking something. Okay, I am thinking something. Like suppose I am thinking mountain. I am thinking mountain. Can I draw apple? No, it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy. That means your mind, whatever it has been thought, it has been that thing has to be performed by your hand. Is it clear? So control and coordination must be there. Like I am lifting this hand. Okay, I am lifting it slowly. My brain is saying that lift it slowly. My brain is saying, so an example, my brain is saying that lift it slowly, but I am raising it this way. That means I am having some abnormality in my body. Understood or not? Like you have seen some of the people are very slow. Because there is less, that means there is a less control and coordination. For example, you have seen mad people, right? If you throw a ball, they will look like this. Their reaction is very late. Ball will hit them. Are you getting my point or not? So they are little slow. That means control and coordination in that case is not accurate the way we are having. Is it clear? So can you guess which part of the cell gives its shape? Component of the cell are enclosed in a membrane. I told you already that a cell is present. That means a cell as a whole, it contains three things I told you before also. One is cell membrane, that is also known as plasma membrane. Second is cytoplasm, and third is called the nucleus. Okay, so these three things are present. Fine. This membrane provides shape to the cell of plants and animals. In plants, we are having an extra extra layer after cell membrane, and that is known as cell wall. Okay, animal cell contains cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. But plant cell contain four things: cell wall, cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. Understood? Now the question arises why plants are having an additional layer in their cell but not animal. Why God has created this way? Why nature has created this way? So the reason behind this is animals can move from one place to another. Like suppose I am out of the room, I am in a sunny day. Okay, I am out of the room, I am feeling hot. If I am feeling hot, I will be moving to some shady region, maybe in my house or maybe under the tree somewhere. Okay, if there is a wind, again I will do the same thing. Fine. If there is a rain, again I will try to protect myself. Okay, so that means animals can protect themselves by moving from one place to another, but plants cannot move. Plants have to overcome with this environment. That means conditions like rain, that means wind, water that means rain, okay, sunlight, okay, so many things, other things are also there. So they have to overcome with this, then only they can survive. Are you getting it or not? So an additional layer is being provided to them. Is it clear? Clear? Okay, so here you can see cell wall is an additional covering over the cell membrane in plant cell. So that there is an additional layer. Okay, are you getting my point or not? Inside the cell, what we are having? Inside the cell, nucleus. In the center of the cell is the nucleus. Remember that nucleus is known as the brain of the cell. Okay, it is known as the brain of the cell. The next is, after nucleus, jelly-like substance, cytoplasm. And after cytoplasm, cell membrane. So in a plant cell, after cell membrane, there is an additional layer that is known as cell wall. And why these cell walls are present, I told you just now. Yes or no? Is it clear to everyone? Okay, so it gives shape and rigidity to this cell. Bacteria cell also has a cell wall. So bacteria cell also they have cell wall. Not all the bacteria, but I told you that which is the first living creature on earth? First living creature on earth? Blue-green algae. Okay, blue-green algae. This blue-green algae is actually a bacteria, cyanobacteria. They contain chlorophyll. That means they can prepare their own food. Okay, so they may have this outer covering. Is it clear? That means cell wall. So those who are like a plant, that means they can prepare their own food. They are having cell wall. Okay. So size of cell. The size of cell in living organism may be as small as a millionth of a meter, that means known as micrometer or micron, or may be as large as a few centimeters. That means living organism can be very small or very big. Okay, very small. I told you before also the smallest living creature is bacterium cell. Did I tell you? Bacteria, this is the smallest. Okay, bacteria. And the largest, it is going on. We are not talking about cells, okay? Here we are talking about organisms. Okay? Okay. However, most of the cells are microscopic in size. Cells are microscopic in size. Microscopic means very very small. Without the use of microscope, you can't observe. Okay? Microscopic in size and are not visible to the unaided eyes. Unaided eyes, that means we can't see with our naked eyes. खुली आंखों से नहीं देख सकते हम लोग. We will be requiring microscope. Okay? They need to be enlarged or magnified by a microscope. They have to be enlarged. Enlarged means they have to be magnified. That means these cells are very very small. Have you ever seen magnifying glass? So in a magnifying glass, when you will observe the letters or anything, it becomes very big, right? So same way, when we use microscope, we can enlarge the object very very much. Okay, very very much. Is it clear? 1 minute. Okay, so here you can see that was this cell cannot be, some of the cells cannot generally majority of the cell cannot be seen with our naked eyes. So they can be seen with the help of a microscope. A microscope, by using microscope we can magnify it, we can zoom it. Okay, so here they need to be enlarged or magnified by a microscope. The smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer in a bacteria, and that is known as bacterium cell. That is the smallest cell. Okay, smallest cell. The largest cell, measuring 170 millimeter into 130 millimeter, is the egg of an ostrich. So it is very big. Okay, 170 millimeter means 17 centimeter. So if you are having scale, you can measure 17 centimeter how big it is. 17 centimeter, and this is 13 centimeter. So 17 and 13, you can imagine how big this egg will be, right? I heard somewhere that by using this ostrich egg, you can make 52 omelets. Like we used to cook, right? Generally hens egg we use, right? So by using that we make one omelette. Same type of omelette you can make 52. So that means if you are having a big family, you can take one. Okay? Just joking, okay? Are the cell in an elephant larger than the cell in a rat? So it depends upon the function, already I told you. Okay? So let's see. The size of the cell has no relation with the size of the body of an animal or plant. That means cell, it is not like an ant is very small, or a rabbit is very small, or a rat is very small. And another one, if you take an elephant, so elephant is very big, so they will be having big cell. No, it's not like that. Okay, it is not necessary that the cell in the elephant be much bigger than those in a rat. The size of the cell is related to its function. I told you before, it depends upon its function. Okay, for example, nerve cell both in the elephant and rat are long and branched. They perform the same function, that of transferring message. I told you that this nerve cell sends signal. Whatever happened to us, it sends a signal to our brain. Okay. So in both the cases, this nerve cell has a similar function, and that is to send a message. Is it clear? So both will be having same. Okay. But if someone asks you which is the longest cell, where you will be getting the longest cell? So answer will be cell of that means in the neck of giraffe there is a cell which is the longest. Okay. So if someone asks you longest cell, then you can say that the cell of the giraffe's neck. Okay. Is it clear? Now cell structure and function. Their structure and function. Already I told you that a cell, generally a cell contains these three things. What was that? Cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Other than this, there are many more that we will be studying. I told you that nucleus is also known as the brain of the cell. Okay, this is the brain of the cell. That means all the activities is being done by this nerve cell. Nucleus. Fine. So cell structure and their function. What are their function? So I'll give you question answers. Okay, that means I'll give you inside question answer in the group. You can write it from there. Okay. So here you have learned that each living organism has many organs. You have studied in class 7 about the digestive organ, which together constitute the digestive system. You have studied, right, in class 7? Many parts are there in our body, like mouth, esophagus, right? Stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, kidney, right? So this all together, they work together for the digestion of food. Not only digestion, even in respiration and other things to provide energy. Many things is being done together in a control manner. That's why it is called control and coordination. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Each organ in the system perform different functions such as digestion, assimilation and absorption. So different organs have different function. Okay? Similarly, different organ of a plant perform specialized function. For example, root help in the absorption of water and minerals. So the organs present in the root, it helps only in absorption of water and minerals. They cannot prepare food. Are you getting my point? So different organs have different characters. Okay? Together they can perform, but they will be having different works. Okay? Each organ is further made up of smaller part called tissue. I told you in the beginning itself, cell. When we combine so many cells, it become tissue. If we combine so many tissues, organ. If we combine so many organ system. And if we combine so many organ system, organism. Okay? But this is in case of multicellular organism. Okay? Unicellular, they don't have all these things. Only a cell. Fine? A tissue is a group of similar cells performing a specific function. Same type of cell, they work together to perform a work, a similar type of work. Okay? Paheli realized that an organ is made up of tissue, which in turn are made up of cell. The cell in a living organism is the basic structural unit. We have studied already. The cell is the structural and functional unit of life. So everything in our living organism is made up of cell. So everything, whatever is being done in our body, is being done by cell. So if cell is dead, we are also dead. Okay? Now parts of the cell. So different parts are there, like cell membrane, vacuoles, mitochondria, lysosomes. Okay? Then Golgi apparatus, many are there, but in this chapter you will be getting only few things like cell membrane, cell wall, cytoplasm, nucleus, that's all, this much only. Vacuoles, plastic, these are the things you will be getting. Okay, so let's move with first one, cell membrane. As already told you that cell membrane is the outermost layer of a cell. Okay, if someone asks you what is a cell membrane, so you will say that the outermost layer of the cell is known as cell membrane. Okay, function. You should know at least two to function. So what is the function of cell membrane? So first thing, it protect the internal content of the cell. It protect. Okay, like we are having skin. So if something is touched to our body, skin protect us. Our kidney, everything is okay because it touch. The skin protect us. Same way our cell contains cell membrane. So inside the cell we are having cytoplasm, okay, nucleus and many more are there. So everything is been protected by cell membrane. Okay, is it clear? Now it has some limit. Like you will be thinking that I am having a skin, so nobody can do me, nobody can harm me. If you are thinking that way, then you are wrong. Everything has some limit. If I will take a sharp knife and if I will put it this way, then it will go inside my body. Is it or not? So everything has some limit. So this cell membrane protect up to certain extent. But if you hit cell like this with a hammer or something, definitely it will die. Are you getting my point or not? So first function of cell membrane is to protect the internal content of the cell. It protects the inner things. Okay. Second thing, it helps in the movement of substances in and out. That means this cell membrane helps to enter substances like nutrients, water, gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. They help to enter. Like suppose this is the cell membrane, so it will allow to enter from all the sides. Okay, it will allow to enter, and then after entering it will go to nucleus, and then again it will go to other cell. So it helps in the entry and exit of substances. Is it clear? So 2 is enough. So let's see what it is been given. The basic component of a cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. These are the basic things which all the cell contain. But I told you that there is one cell which do not contain nucleus. There is a lack of nucleus. Do you remember? I told you in the first class only. I have told you. Which is that? Which do not contain nucleus. Red blood cell. Red blood cell. Okay, red blood cell do not contain nucleus. The cytoplasm and the nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane. So inside the cell membrane, this is the cell membrane. Inside this cell membrane, there is a nucleus and the cytoplasm. Like I told you, an egg. Okay, a hen's egg. This outer portion, that white shell, is known as the cell membrane or plasma membrane. Inside that, in the middle, there is a yolk. That is the nucleus, and the yolk is being covered by a jelly-like substances which is known as cytoplasm. Okay? The cytoplasm and the nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane and also called the plasma membrane. Okay? So cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane, I told you before also. The membrane separates cell from one another and also the cell from the surrounding medium. That means the cell membrane separate other cells from one another. Like suppose this is a single cell, that means one cell, this is another cell. So they are being separated. They are away from one another. So this cell membrane separate them. Okay? Is it clear? So if something comes from this side, nutrients or anything, it will enter to this cell. Now from this, it will be distributed to this cell. Now from this cell, it will go to another cell. This way it will continue to whole body. Okay? If you hold your finger this way completely, what you will see? After some time, your finger will become senseless. Why it will become senseless? Because the nutrients, oxygen, whatever is been not transferred to that region. थोड़ा देर के बाद सुन हो जाएगा. Understood? Like suppose you have you have taken a rubber band and you have tied here. So after some time it becomes senseless. You don't feel. You feel cold. Is it or not? So it happens because nutrients, oxygen are not able to move in that region. And if you hold it this way for long time, maybe suppose 24 hours, then in that case you have to cut your finger. That are dead cell now. Understood? Understood? That's why it is advised not to wear tight socks during the winter when you go for a sleep. Understood? Otherwise, if you are wearing a tight socks, then your blood circulation will be stopped, and maybe in the morning doctor have to cut your feet. Understood? So be careful, okay? It should not be very tight. Some students have a habit, their socks become loose, so what they do, they take a rubber band and they put it. Yes or no? So, okay, it's okay. But the rubber band should not be very tight. Otherwise, there will be, that means there will be no circulation of blood and there can be a problem also. Is it clear? The plasma membrane is porous and allow the movement of substances or material both inward and outward. I already told you. These are the functions. It helps in the movement of substances in and out. From one cell to another, another to another. Okay? That means from one cell it is going to second cell. So it's going in. Now from second cell it will go to third cell, out. So in and out everything has been done by this plasma membrane or cell membrane. Fine? So this was cell membrane. Now let's move to another one. Let's see. The boundary of the onion cell is the cell membrane covered by another thick covering called the cell wall. So onion peel. If the school gets open and if we get time, then I can show you this. We can go to lab and then we can try this. Okay? So the outer covering you can see here. You can see lines are there like this. So these lines are called the cell membrane. Okay? These are the cell membrane, and you can see cytoplasm and nucleus, everything has been shown here. You can see each compartment is a cell. So they are separated by cell membrane. Okay? So there is an additional layer. In this there is an additional layer. That additional layer is known as the cell wall. It's a plant. So definitely they will be having a cell wall. Okay? Why they have a cell wall? Why plant have a cell wall? Because they can't move from one place to another. They have to fight from the harsh climatical condition. Okay? So to overcome this, they have a cell wall. Okay? That has been provided by, maybe you can say God, or by nature. Okay? Those who believe in God, you can think Bhagwan ne diya hai. Those who don't believe in God, you can say that nature ne diya hai. Fine? So the boundary of the onion cell is the cell membrane covered by another thick covering called the cell wall. Remember that cell wall is present only in plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. Okay? The central dense round body in the center is called the nucleus. I told you in the middle there is a dense substance which is known as the nucleus. But remember that when the cell is in the initial stage, the nucleus are in the center. In case of a plant, okay? In case of plant cell, when they are when they are in the initial stage, then the nucleus is in the middle. But once they mature, they move to side, one of the side. Okay? Why they move? Because this plant cell, majority of the part are covered by vacuoles. Vacuoles means khali jagah. In plant cell, in animal cells, we have vacuoles. So waste product are stored there. Okay, even cell also they will produce some waste product, right? Because nutrients, so many things are coming inside the cell, so they will produce some waste. That waste is been stored in the vacuole. Okay, so plant cell have a big vacuoles and animal cells have small vacuoles. So this can be another differences between the plant cell and animal cell. plant cell have big vacuoles or more vacuoles, animal cells have less vacuoles. Is it clear? Nucleus is clear? The jelly-like substances between the nucleus and the cell membrane is called the cytoplasm. So the jelly-like substances, you know that this is a cell, inside that there is a nucleus. So between the nucleus and the cell membrane there are jelly-like substances. These jelly-like substances are called cytoplasm. When you boil an egg, then you can see that the outer covering is the cell membrane. When you break it, you will be seeing some white portion, right? That is called the albumin. Okay, so that albumin is actually the cytoplasm. Okay, so that is between the nucleus and the cell membrane. Is it clear? I want to know why plant cell needs cell wall. Already I told you why they require, because plant cannot move from one place to another. So you have learned earlier that the cell membrane gives shape to the cell. Yeah, one more thing we can add in function of cell membrane. They provide shape. Okay, our body shape is due to the cell membrane. Okay, so they provide shape to the cell. In addition to the cell membrane, there is an outer thick layer in the cells of plant called cell wall. This additional layer surrounding the cell membrane is required by plants for protection. Plant cells need protection against variation in temperature, high speed wind, atmospheric moisture, etc. So many things are there. Okay, so to overcome with these conditions, they require an additional layer. That additional layer is called the cell wall. Now it has some limit. Now you will be thinking that plants are protected. So if you take one knife and if you try to cut it, definitely you can cut that, right? It has some limit. Okay, so up to certain extent they can protect. They are exposed to this variation because they cannot move. Cells can be observed in the leaf peel of Trescantia, Alodia, Rio. That means you can see here, okay, cell wall. But if you want to see in plants, this one, onion peel, there also you will be getting cell wall. Okay. You can prepare a slide as in the case of onion also. Pahelian Bojo, if he can also observe an animal cell, can we see animal cell? Yes, we can. We can take out chick cell from our tongue or maybe from our teeth. Take a bird, you know what is a bird, right? We use to clean our ear, right? So that bird you can take and you can roll it in your tongue or maybe in your teeth. Okay, some white substance will come out. That you can observe it in a microscope. Okay, and then you can get an animal cell. Is it clear? Next is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, already I told you what is cytoplasm, right? So it is a jelly-like substances present between the cell membrane and the nucleus. Already we have studied. Various other components or organelles of cells are present in the cytoplasm. Many more are there. Organelles means inside the cell there are some other parts. They are called the organelles. Okay. So ribosomes, lysosomes, plastids. Okay. Then mitochondria. Then many more are there. These all are present in the cytoplasm. Endoplasmic reticulum. Many more are there. They are present in the cytoplasm. Okay, that you will be getting in class 9. Fine. So these are mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes, liposomes, endoplasmic reticulum, vacuoles, and so many things. You will learn about them in later classes. Later means class 9, and then in the higher classes you will be studying these things in detail. Fine. Next is nucleus. It is an important part. Nucleus is known as the brain of the cell. Okay, it is known as the brain of the cell. So it is an important component of the living cell. It is generally spherical and located in the center of the cell. It can be stained and seen easily with the help of a microscope. So I told you that which is used to stain cell. I told you in the last class. A dye is being used to color, to label the cells, to observe it in the microscope. So that chemical is known as safranin. Okay. Sometimes some can ask you that which color, which substance is used to stain cell. So answer will be safranin. Safranin. Okay. It can be stained and seen easily with the help of a microscope. What was the function of glycerin? What was the function of glycerin? I told you in the last class, right? Or no? I remember I told you. Glycerin is used to, if you don't use glycerin, then the slide will become dry. And if it becomes dry, it will not be easy to observe on a microscope. Okay? Okay, so that's why we add glycerin so that the cell whatever we are taking, sample, it will not dry up. Okay? Nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane. You are having a cell membrane, cytoplasm, now nucleus. Now, this is the nucleus. There is a covering. Okay, there is a covering. That covering is called the nuclear membrane. Okay, that is called the nuclear membrane. Like cell membrane. So this is the covering of nucleus. So nuclear membrane. Fine. This membrane is also porous. Porous means which allow substances to go in and out. Okay. So this membrane is also porous and allow the movement of material between the cytoplasm and the inside of the nucleus. That means this is a cell, it comes from the cell membrane, it goes to cytoplasm and then goes to nucleus. And from nucleus then it goes to cytoplasm, then cell membrane and then it goes to other cell. Understood? Okay. So that's all for today's class. Next day we will continue with this chapter. Okay. So maybe few minutes I will take in the next day to complete this chapter. Okay. Thank you very much.